Hey everybody, good morning. It's Thursday. It is April the 15th. Oh, hey, happy tax day, everybody. Everybody in the United States. Oh, but not, I guess. They moved it this year. Okay, never mind all that. Uh, anyway, we started the close-up here today in the main, well, outside the main room, in the living room. And as you can see, the topic of the day, the interest of the day is that Rye has figured out how to work the cat run door. You see in the thumbnail, he was out there a minute ago, then he let himself back in, and then right at the beginning of this video, thank goodness I started it right on time, he let himself back out. Oh, and now back in. So as far as I know, Rye's the only one that's really figured it out and has shown that by repeated use. His mom, Flower, did let herself out one time, but I haven't seen her repeat it. And of course, the cat run door is closed today because it's wet and rainy and overcast and cold. I think it's like 40, 45 degrees at the most out there right now. But I guess that hasn't stopped Rye. I'm very proud of him for figuring that out. He's also all wet now. His paws are all wet. Such a goofus, though. Very smart goofus. I'm impressed. As for news, I really don't have very much news, and I don't know if I'm talking to myself because I only saw one chocolate chip say hi on the chat, and then nothing else is showing up for me on the chat here. So I guess I'm kind of talking to myself in that sense. But look, we've got all four of the Bready Bunch here. So this is Millet. Oh, hi. Okay, there's the chat. Okay, I'm just surprised. It's usually not so quiet, even when there's nothing to say. I get it, though. Um, so that's millet. This is potato. This is corn, and this is rye. They are the four older kittens. And I promise today is the day I'm really actually going to reach out and talk to their adopters. And then after I do that, hopefully make the official announcements about who's getting adopted, when, and with whom, which honestly, I don't even know. I know Dawes sent me that information a while ago, and I've just been sitting on it because I've been so busy with other things. Um, but I haven't looked at it really since that initial thing, and I can't remember who's getting adopted with who, what the pairings are, or anything. So I have no idea. So we'll find out. Anyway, let's just see here. I'm going to move over here a little bit. Come on now, kids. Come over here instead. It's cool to see that Rye has figured out how to let himself out anytime he wants. That's a pretty big leap forward. Most of the kittens at the academy don't ever learn that. They just get let out when the doors open. Well, I'm getting the message that our stream is not so great quality today. Oh, and I think I know why. You know what? I'm going to try to fix it. Can you give me, I don't know if it's going to work though, because this whole app is weird. Give me 1 second to try to sort this out. Hang on. It's probably going to disconnect us for a second though. We're just going to try it. Let's just try it and see what happens, all right? Let's do this. Hang on. Okay, time to see if we're live and if that made a difference. And I'm sorry I left you guys all alone for a minute like that. I know, not, I mean, whatever. I was going to say not super professional, but then when has anybody ever associated super professional with anything that we're doing over here? I would say never. I would say that's never been a thing. Yeah, okay. See, I made a mistake there when I started the stream. That's my fault. We're doing that. The regular Kitten Academy live stream is on. The regular Kitten Academy live stream is 4K. And I was using up extra bandwidth to send a backup stream to YouTube as well, like we usually do. And if I just remember to shut off the backup stream ahead of time, then I've got enough bandwidth to get through a pretty nice close-up stream. So good. I'm glad that's improved. Sorry for the rocky start. That's probably going to affect us a little bit, but that's okay. The title of the stream, by the way, Let Him Out, You Monster, was one of the comments on one of our very first videos from 5 years ago that got popular, the one of Toffee um, uh, doing shaka shaka on the door. It got us on Japanese TV and all over the place. It's just a silly little viral video, just a couple seconds long, really, of Toffee scratching on the glass door. And somebody on it had commented, they just commented, "Let him out, you monster." And I don't know why it stuck with me all this time, but I just thought it was hilarious. It was a very funny comment. And because I had that picture there for the thumbnail of this video of Rye outside looking in the window, I thought of it. It just came to mind, and I thought, all right, we're gonna call this one "Let Him Out, You Monster." Uh, so there you have it. Hi, Corn. Okay, you shouldn't be biting on my fingers though. Let's play with something that's a little bit better for you and for me. Here, let's try a spring. You want to get it? Whoa! All right. Flower, do you want to play? Look, you want to play? Can you get it to anything before your kids do, though? She always lets the kids win if they're going to run after something. So it's hard to get her to play at all when they're right here running at everything. But she's very playful normally. If you watch the regular stream, you'll see it sometimes. She'll be in here and she'll just grab a spring or one of the Mylar balls and be running around and playing with it and having a good old time. Or wrestling with her kids. She does that sometimes too. And I know some of you might want to know what's going on with her vet-wise, and I think I mentioned before that we don't really know yet. The plan right now is for her to finish up her meds, and then we're going to go back in for a recheck, which is scheduled for, I don't remember, soon. So it might be next week, or it might have been the week after. I think what we did is we scheduled it for the same day we're bringing her boys in to get their neuters, and we're just going to bring her in at the same time and figure it out. Yeah, so that's that. She's doing fine though. I think I said this before. I would never know that she had any issue. I do catch her coughing once in a while, like maybe every other day. I see her cough once. So, that's just a sign that the vet's probably right, that there's something, but whatever it is not very severe, because most of the time you don't see it. She's just playful. She acts normal as anything, so who knows? What'd you bring here, Corn? These kids are so crazy and hyper and playful. It really is wonderful, and I'm loving the fact that that they can have free roam of the house. I think you remember that when we first got Flower here, and when she first had her babies, she would run at the door to attack the faculty, and I said then I didn't think that she was ever going to be a cat that could get along with the faculty. I was saying repeatedly that I thought she was going to be one that was just going to have to stay in all the time, like Bebop did. We might even have to put up, like paper over the windows so that she couldn't see them like we did for Bebop. But it turns out that's not the case at all. She gets along just great with everybody. And every now and then she takes a run at, one of the faculty. But the difference between a cat that's like sort of a real trouble, one that's going to be very difficult to work with, and one that's not trouble is whether they stop after the other cat backs off. So she'll run at the faculty and they'll run away, and then she just leaves it. She's done. That's the end. And that is an excellent interaction, in my opinion, as opposed to somebody like, well, Maggie, for that case. Maggie doesn't usually start any trouble, but when she does, if somebody runs away, she'll usually pursue them. Or Custard can be really bad that way too, where Custard doesn't let anybody sort of back off. Custard will just follow them into a corner or whatever, and then just keep intimidating them to no end. But Flower is just like, all right, I just want you to back off, and once you do, we're cool. So that's nice. I saw somebody ask in the chat, does she have a hairless patch? Yeah, when she was at the vet, she got shaved, and they shaved this really interesting pattern on her neck because they were trying to find a vein. But I like the way they did it because it sort of looks like a fancy choker or something. because they've got the little hairless bit on the one side and on the other side, and then a little strip of hair in the middle. I was trying to show you, but now she thinks we're playing. Yeah. She's good at playing too, like I said, even with people. Like she's got a real angry face that sort of, I mean, at first she scared me a little bit. A lot of mom cats do, actually, if I don't know them too well yet. That's a pretty common thing. So at first, Flower, with her expressions and the way she would run at the door and the way that she could get kind of growly, really worried me that I needed to look out for her. But it turns out she is a total softie. She's just got kind of a mean exterior, but she is a sweetheart through and through. In fact, I know I've said this before. She'll let me pick her up and carry her around like a baby on her back all day long. She never gets tired of it, and just pet her and pet her and pet her. And the whole time she's got this angry look on her face, but she loves it. She loves it so much. I like to call it resting mom cat face. And her fur is so soft too. Oh my goodness. Anyway, she is a total sweetheart. Appearances to the contrary notwithstanding. Yeah, that's right, Steph. Yeah, when she first arrived, she was just real suspicious of me too, and so it was mutual. I was suspicious of her, she was suspicious of me, but we each learned that the other one wasn't a threat, and now we're excellent friends. Like I said, she'll just let me pet her, carry her around like a baby, and just do all the things, and never a complaint. I've even had to give her a pill and a little bit of a liquid every morning for her medicine. She's getting Doxy, which comes in a pill, and Panicure, which comes in a liquid. So I have to give her the pill. I got to open her mouth and really stick it in there, and then I wash it down with the Panicure. And even though she clearly doesn't like it, she's very easy to do all that to. She doesn't get all squirmy or anything, and then immediately afterwards she forgives me, and I'm able to pet her and snuggle with her just as soon as I've given her the meds. She doesn't even, she doesn't hold it against me at all. So really sweet that way. I was trying to get her to wrestle with the banana instead of me, but she's decided to go do litter boxes or something. Anyway, if you want to keep watching these kids down here, just tune into the Kitten Academy live stream. I'm pretty sure this camera's on the stream right now. And if it's not, it will be soon. So there you go. We, however, are going to go upstairs and see the little kittens now, because the little kittens are a lot of fun. And I stopped in to see them this morning. I gave them breakfast, but we still need to weigh them and stuff. I was hoping you guys could weigh them with me. Also, another thing I wanted to do was I wanted to get the stream so that we can get the recording of me walking into the room, because generally when I walk into the room, they all get up and come running and squeaking and meowing. They might be too worn out because they had a big morning, but they might not. They might do exactly what we want. We'll see. Also, they are so adventurous upstairs, those orange kittens, and their mom is fine with everybody. Yesterday, Custard almost went into the room twice. Actually, Custard did go into her room once, but the kittens weren't in there. They were out while I was vacuuming. And Custard went in, Port went in. Well, he was in there, and she didn't react at all. She doesn't mind. She doesn't seem to mind the faculty. She doesn't seem to mind the faculty being around her kittens, which is the biggest question, because even moms that are fine with the faculty, like Flower, it can get real nervous about the faculty being around their kittens, like Flower. But so far, Port doesn't seem to have any concern for any of that whatsoever. And that's not only is that a good sign, as far as her personality goes, but it really gives me a lot of hope. I'm swinging through the kitchen to pick up my coffee. Got the Ari mug today. It gives me a lot of hope that very soon now we can have 7 orange kittens and their mom all running around the house. And can you just imagine? I mean, 4 kittens is a lot to keep up with already with these guys. We make it 7, it's going to get wild in here. Now, I do have to do some hand sanitizer because we're going this way, and I don't want to bring anything into the kitten, so hang on one second. There we go. Port has been out several times. She walks all around, and she has been fine with everybody. Now, Flowers only met her through the door so far, because I don't want to see, I don't want that to happen necessarily and be out of control. Look at these kids are already. I was going to say, I'm going all over the place. Hi. Okay. You kids said, wait for it, stay in here. They have all gotten up to come over and say hello. So, let's see, where was I? I was about to say, first off, these kittens have been running out the door. Sid and Rio have both successfully made it out the door, and they're fine too. They get out there, they look around, and everything's okay. So they're at that stage now where they're going to be door runners, and the more often they do it, I think the more they're going to do it. That made perfect sense, didn't it? But too much. I guess my whole point is that the kittens have already started trying to explore outside of the room, with some level of success. And Port has seen the faculty plenty, and has seen her kittens with the faculty, and she's been fine with it. So I just got high hopes that everything is going to just go really well for introducing these kids to the house and to the faculty, and with Port, and it's just going to be a big old orange party around here for the next couple months, probably. So I'm really, really excited about all that. These kinds of kids are just wonderful. What was I going to say? I don't actually know what I was going to say. I guess that was the important thing, though. So let me tell you just a little bit about the oranges. Yesterday, I came in here, and it was just a poop explosion everywhere. There was poop everywhere in the room, all over, and I had to spend a whole bunch of time first thing in the morning cleaning up. And then after that, a lot of the day was me cleaning up poop. I felt for a while like every time I came in the room, there were new messes for me to clean up, and it was getting a little overwhelming. And that's a big part of the reason why there was no close-up yesterday. Some of it was just other things that generally kept me super busy, and I just lost track, and it didn't happen, and I apologize for that. It's my fault. Then... by the end of the day, though, and today, they've really seemed like they've gotten a little bit more on track. We've still got some leaky bottoms here and there, and there's still going to be poops here and there, and that's a real normal part of this stage of their development, is to get poops everywhere for a week or two. So I'd expect that, but they're already getting much better about it, and I see a lot of real consistent litter box use, and I'm very happy about it. We've already made a ton of progress. This is Halifax, by the way. Speaking of progress, Halifax is the only one that still has not voluntarily eaten any food. He won't do it. He won't eat food. Now, DJ and I think he's making a poop announcement, actually. He is making a poop announcement, I think. Put him right in there where you can do it. That's where you do it, buddy. You know that, too. I've seen you do it. He's either making a poop announcement, or the other thing that he does is he likes to run around and yell at his mom at the top of his lungs. He yells at her to please give him some milk, because that's all he'll eat is milk. He won't, like I said, he won't eat food. He just wants the milk. So he could be running around asking mom to give him milk, too. It's hard to tell what he's asking for. Also, he does have a little bit of a leaky bottom, so I'm going to try to clean him up with one hand while we're talking. I don't have to show you all that. The thing I was going to say, though, is even though he is so yelly about this whole thing, even though he refuses to eat, yeah, he's definitely got some poop happening there. Buddy, oh, now it's going everywhere. Get in there. Get in. Nope, stay right here. Stay right here and take care of that. Wow, he got poop on mom. Good job, buddy. Hang on. Let me address this issue. Here's what I was going to say, though, that is relevant, which is that DJ and I each took turns feeding him a little bit of the same food that everybody else is eating, with a little bit of kitten milk in it. And when we fed him that by syringe, we used the syringe to put it into his mouth. He actually really liked it, and you could tell he liked it, and he would respond very well to eating from the syringe, and it was good. It's very successful. So I feel like worst case, if DJ and I keep doing that for him for a little while, we could end up having him learn that food's not so bad, and he could figure it out from there, and that would be good. So that's kind of the plan. And you might say, why bother? You guys have had plenty of kittens that don't eat until they're 6 weeks old or older. Um, but in his case, yesterday I did catch him throwing up some cheese, which usually is a good sign that they're about done with mom's milk, too. He's still yelling and pooping, by the way. We're trying so hard. He does not, he's a very resistant kitten he's acting the same way he does with the food, where if you try to put food in his mouth, not using the syringe, he freaks out and starts like struggling as hard as he can. None of the other kittens struggle about anything, and now he's doing the same thing with me trying to keep him in the litter box. He's going to freak out and start just going nuts as he's doing. I have discovered, though, that he responds pretty well to a scruffing, and if you just kind of give him a little scruff, usually that calms him down enough to get him to reboot. We'll see. Anyway, that's I didn't expect for all that to happen, and he's certainly not making it easy to do the stream with one hand and talk to you guys, and also cover him with his running around and yelling and pooping. Okay, which he's not done doing yet. I'll grab another wipe. He's really determined that he wants to poop, and he doesn't want to do it in the litter box, and he wants to eat, and he doesn't want it to be food. He wants it to be mom's milk, and he's a kitten that is a very opinionated and obstinate little kitten, Hal, which is adorable, but not very helpful for us, is it, bud? Anyway. All right, whoa. Boy, all right. Let's. Where were we? We were going to do some other stuff. We're at 22 minutes, so we gotta try to kind of move this along. I don't want to do this. I don't want to have this stream last all day. I know a lot of you really like to watch these, which is good, but you don't have all day to do it. None of us do. Hell, crying out loud. He's going to get back over here and decide that's where he wants to poop. I think he pooped there the other day. So this is another thing, by the way. This is a good educational moment for everybody. Is in our experience, a lot of times we'll find that kittens find a spot that they decide is the right spot to poop. That's, even if it's not the right spot, he's going to do it right there. I'm just going to let him do it now. I'll clean it up afterwards. There's nothing else I can do. I tried. And that's fine. We'll clean it up. But what I was going to say is a lot of times they'll find a spot like that. They decide that's the right spot to do it, even though it's not. And nothing will tell them different. So what we tend to do is, like Steph just said, we'll take a little litter box and we'll just put a litter box where they poop and let them keep doing it. And then they'll figure out that the litter box is the place over time. And then we can either just remove it and let them go to the regular litter box now that they've figured it out, or we can slowly move it. And you move it a few, like an inch or a few feet, a few inches or a foot every day until it gets where you want it. It's a way to do it. Not something that we always have to do, but something that we've had to do before once in a while, especially with this many kittens. You usually find one that hasn't quite got all the lessons down. So we'll figure it out. Yeah, I know, Debbie. I know there's a poop also on the tray. He put one on the tray. Well, it looks like Mom's going to try to clean it up. Let me help so you don't have to do that, Mom. I got it. Anyway, we'll wash the tray afterwards. We'll replace it. We do that once in a while, so no big deal. No big deal. We're used to poops. As I was saying, I spent all morning yesterday cleaning up poops. That's why we basically didn't have a close-up. Well, one of the reasons. And I thought we could do it today, and here we are, trying. That's Ant, by the way, if you can't tell by his little face. Whew. What a morning, guys. I'm trying real hard to keep up here for you. I'm trying. That one's food, Mom. She's like, yeah, that's food. I don't have to eat that. I'm just going to eat the poops. All right, Port. You're good job. You're doing a good job at cleaning things up. She is a little overwhelmed, though, which is one of the reasons why we get poops all over the room, is she's kind of hit her limit, I think. So she's still cleaning them up a bit here and there, but I've got to help more and more as we go. Debbie, they don't need a contemplation station until after they've figured out where to poop, because otherwise they will poop in it. And being cardboard, it's not the easiest thing in the world to get really clean. But they have one that someone sent in that's a really nice, fancy new style one that's like a bowl, and I'm excited to give it to them. They just got to wait until they're ready. Also, you guys might see some poopy butts, but we're going to get there. Let's do this. Let's see each kitten individually for a minute before we finish, and let's weigh them. Let's just do it, okay? See what we can get, see what we can do, and we'll try to go in order, which means Hal's going to be first. Malvert, I see you saying we should let Port out of the room more often. We do let Port out of the room as often as we can, really. So this is Hal. Hal has the spot on the top of his head. I've got to renew it, but if you look, you can see it's there. You see that little spot right there. Probably needs some darkening up. We'll work on it. Anyway, I was going to say, we do 15.4 for Hal. We do let Port out of the room as often as possible, but as I was mentioning earlier, I don't want to have her run into Flower and have either of them have a bad experience. So I try to only let her out when Flower and her kids are put away. That way we don't have to have that introduction that could be awkward. This, by the way, Bombay. Bombay, you can tell from his little spot on his back there, and he weighs 16.4 today. Wow, just over a pound. That's pretty good. So good job, Bombay. Anyway, so I'm trying to just avoid that. And so anytime, though, she's been out enough now. She's 100% got my trust and confidence that she's going to be fine with the faculty 100% of the time. I'm not even worried about it a little bit, which means, as of last night now, if Flower's put away, I can let Port out. I don't even have to watch her or keep an eye on her. I just know she's going to go out there and be fine, which is good. That's some good progress. Let's see. I am looking now for Puget, and I think this must be him. Yes, there's Puget. You can tell because his mark is on or near his right shoulder. Puget, by the way, I think is shaping up to be a long-haired floofy kitten, if you can't tell. It said 15.3, but let's get a second opinion here. I think you can tell, though. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? All right, we'll say 15. Oh, there we go, 15.3, once again. Look at this. He's got to be a floofer. Look at all this fur. It's crazy. So that's Puget. Hi, bud. Hi. Okay. And then let's see. After Puget, we'll be looking for Rotterdam, who's right here. Rotterdam is one of the bigger, more adventurous kitties so far. 19.6 for Rotterdam. Good job. And then we'll move on to Antwerp. It's right here. And he's been the smallest pretty much the whole time. 15.1. Still pretty tiny. So it's convenient. He was named Ant. 15.1 for Ant, which means next is eeny, meeny, miny, Sydney. Where's Sydney? Sydney would be next. Is this Sydney eating? Yes, this is Sydney eating. He's a very good eater. Sit right there for 1 second, though. Let's take your weight, and then you can go back to the food. 19.9. Let's get a second opinion. Hang on, bud. Sit right there. Hold on. Wait. You got to stay on the scale for a sec. No, you can't touch anything, including me. No, that doesn't work, bud. You got to wait. All right, 19.8 or 9 is fine. We don't have to be that precise. We know he's doing well. Which leaves Rio. Rio, the one that ran out the door 3 times this morning. That's him right here. Yes, with the spot on his chest. Rio weighs 19.2. All right, there we go. That's everybody weighed. Everybody's seen at least once. So we got that going for us. There were 2 other things that I wanted to point out to you that have very little to do with the kittens, but you're going to notice them around the room, and I wanted to call attention. One is that we put our logo on the camera and covered up their logo. So there we have that. I think it looks a little nicer that way. We're going to do the same thing to the one downstairs as soon as I remember. The other thing is that I put a prismatic film on a couple of the windows here because I like rainbows and I wanted to see how it looked. And it's not sunny today, so it's not going to look like anything today. But in a couple of days when it's sunny again, we might be able to see it. And we got to see it a little bit yesterday, and I was very happy about it. I think it works pretty well. I'll point the camera at it in just a second, but this little guy playing with his mom was fun. All right, now he's moved on. Oh, picking up the balls and playing, and they're climbing on stuff. And I feel very confident that later today I'm going to come in here and sit down in the beanbag chair, and they're all going to climb up there with me. And actually, so this is the prismatic film. You can see I put it on the side windows, but not on the middle one. It doesn't look like much by itself, just kind of like a weird frosted glass. But when the sun shines through it, it makes little rainbows everywhere. So, Ant, by the way, has climbed up onto my lap on the beanbag chair from the floor all on his own. He's the only one that's done it so far. But I feel like probably next time I'm in here, they all will. We'll see. Who is this playing with the balls now? That looks like it's a big one, so it's got to be probably Rotterdam. That's who I think that is. But if you turn around, we could tell. Playing with the lighthouse now. Well, it does look like Rotterdam, but now I'd like to see the spot to confirm it. Oh, no, Sid. Okay, that's Sid with the spot on his back leg. All right, well, that was my second guess. Oh, I would have known Rotterdam by the shape under his eye. Didn't see that. I should have known. Guys, I'm still figuring it out. It's going to be a while. I think we're going to get callers before I'm consistent about these kittens' names. Oh, you just jumped directly into the food dish. What was with that? We've got some little zoomies going on. Kids running around, yelling and pooping. That's a good life right there. Running and yelling and pooping. I think if I ever write an autobiography, that could definitely be a good title for it. Look at that. We got them jumping, got them climbing. I did make a post on Twitter with, I think it was Rio climbing my leg yesterday. It is sort of like the terrible twos. Yes, they've reached that age now where they are just getting to be active and really good at doing sort of what they want, and then, but they still haven't figured out how to control anything, so they're pooping everywhere and running everywhere and climbing things and causing a lot of mess and trouble, and it's wonderful fun. And by this time next week, I think everything will probably be a lot more stable. Oh, I just heard somebody jump in the water. Yeah. Oh, what's up, bud? This looks like Rio to me. Is it? Yes, it is Rio. There's this little black spot on his chest. Good job, Rio, in the water. I see we've got some little bottoms I should probably clean up after this close-up, too. So it's convenient that we're ending in here today. Just get right to it. On that note, we probably should wrap it up because it's been over 30 minutes. You guys have seen all the kittens. I know we had a rocky start, and I know we had a lot of poops and distraction in the middle. I will try so hard to make it up to all of you in tomorrow's close-up. I'll try to be a little more focused and keep the camera pointed at kittens and all that kind of stuff. We'll work on it. You know, the good thing about doing so many of these close-ups is if one seems like it was a total wipe, like today, an almost total wipe, we can make it up the next time. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining me and the kittens this morning. I really appreciate it. And if you want to keep watching these kittens and watch me clean their little bottoms, you can do that by tuning into the Kitten Academy live stream right here on YouTube. I hope you do. And if not, we'll do another close-up tomorrow. And, I posted a whole bunch of pictures from yesterday on the Twitter, also on our Twitter. So if you do hop over to our Twitter and take a look, you'll get some idea what didn't get caught in a close-up that happened yesterday. On that same note, one of the reasons that we use Twitter is that it doesn't make you sign up for an account just to look at our pictures and stuff. So if you always are like, I don't want to join Twitter to see your stuff, you don't have to. You can just go to the URL that is our Twitter account and take a look at it. You don't have to sign up for a thing. That's one of the things that I really like about their platform versus some of the others that like Facebook won't stop long enough to let you look at something for more than a second before it says you got to sign up if you want to see any of the details. But Twitter, not quite the same there, which is nice. Okay. Yeah. Hey, look, that's it. I gotta clean all these kittens now and put some food up and clean that plant thing and lots of cleaning to do. And then I've got to get to all the stuff I promised I would do today, like contacting the adopters. And there's two photo shoots. I still have planned two photo shoots that have been planned now for 2 weeks. Everything has been practically set up and ready to go for the photo shoots, and I just haven't had time to do them. It's another thing I would just love to get done today. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Sure would, bud. Is this Rio again? Rio, you keep turning up, buddy. All right, enough about me. Thanks again, everybody. Really appreciate it. Let's go before I get distracted and start talking about other things again. See you later, everybody.